So funny.
Hello. We're on. Luke got scared out of his mind with that. He's like, what? Hello and welcome once more to Writey Tonightey episode 1. Take 3 or 4. We actually filmed an entire episode and the audio was shit. And then we've literally just tried to start this one about a couple of times. I suppose as it's the first one, we should address what this even is. How about you guys take it? What do you guys see this as? What is Writey Tonightey?
So this is a kind of concise version of the writing club we've had going for the last two years of COVID, where we'd get together on usually a Thursday night, sometimes overnights, just sort of spout ideas out, share script ideas and stuff like that, and then occasionally perform them as well with some silly voices, and then we just kind of shoot the breeze and collaborate and share ideas.
Yeah, it really is that simple.
I second that.
Yeah.
There we go. My excellent 2 cents there.
So this is the streamed version of our writing club.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like. Going on.
No, sorry. We started But Suddenly, and But Suddenly became our main thing. That was our playful little saga that we have going on this channel as well. And the Writey Tonightey is more akin to what it started off as, where it was unhinged ideas that have no connection to one another, and we kind of used it as a show and tell, where someone would come with an idea and we'd hash it out. So this won't necessarily always have scripts. Sometimes it might just be an idea that we can hash out, or just some jokes that we can maybe try and think of. It's kind of like a online version of a writer's room.
Just a quick question: is this definitely streaming?
Yes, it is, according to my button.
Because I can't find it on YouTube yet. Maybe there's a bit of a delay.
Possibly, there might be a bit of a delay. But it does say stop streaming on mine, so I'll assume it's streaming until it's confirmed that it's not. Yeah, it should be there. Hopefully.
Okay.
Please, God, yes. I think it might be a bit of a delay.
Take 17.
I know, Jesus, I do not want to do that again. So, for this episode, whereas normally it would be a bit more shoot the shitty, breezy, or whatever, in the interest of time management, I thought we'd just jump straight into a script that I've got ready. I've got a few of them that I can run off, because obviously we've not had a Writey Tonight before this, and I've just had loads of time to just write utterly random stuff. But one of my favourites, the one I quite like the most, I might whip out the other one some other time. For now, I think the one I quite like a lot is Fissures. I've grown to really enjoy writing a B movie, Octopus Head being the case in point. I've just the idea of writing something that I don't have to put on airs with, and try my best to make it good. It can just have the cheapest gag. It can have the cheapest action sequence. And because it's from the get-go considered a B movie, I expect
just takes the shackles off, doesn't it? You can just kind of
go anywhere, can't it? You can break a lot of the sort of limitations of other.
And it doesn't have to be cool. It can be an octopus going around killing people, as the case is with Octopus Head.
It's cool. What are you talking about?
I know, it's well cool. So I was my original intention was to finish that, and then I got to finishing it, and in the ultimate act of procrastination, I thought, let's make another B movie. And I made a few others, but this is the one that I quite like the idea of. It's essentially, I picture it as a disaster movie, in the same vein as Twister, in the same vein as Day After Tomorrow, kind of just I lost you guys momentarily there. Oh. You're back.
We're good.
Yeah, so in the same vein as Twister, Day After Tomorrow, they're just these disaster movies, but with a comedy element in there. I watched Airplane after Luke mentioned it, and I just wanted to make a really sort of funny disastery movie. So I did that, and that's essentially it. And I think we could just jump into it, if that's all right with everyone else.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, cool. So let's get into it. Right. So, I'll scroll up a bit just so that you can see the title. Title is Fissures with an exclamation mark. I took that from Airplane, because Airplane's got an exclamation mark as well. Written by me. This first scene has Cletus, Conroy, and a Mormon preacher. I thought, because the Mormon preacher doesn't talk much, I'll be the Mormon preacher, and then you can pick Conroy or Cletus in between yourselves. Cletus is like the bullshit one, and Conroy is kind of his like meek little sidekick. They have this scene, and that's it. So you can pick amongst yourselves.
Any preference, Luke? Do you want to be Cletus?
I guess I'm Cletus. I chose first last time, so I thought I'd pass on the torch to your good self. So you can choose first. I'm happy to do Cletus if you want to do Conroy.
Yeah, I'll give Conroy a whirl.
Conroy
so
is
tell me. So what? Give me a bit of a background of Cletus, so I can try and pin down some kind of voice.
So they're hillbillies that are Confederate flag wearing, die-hard Christians. A British man's picture of a traditional American man. Cliche as ever. And they are just full of hateful people. Conroy a bit less so, but Conroy is just sort of like follows Cletus's commands. So let's go for it.
I have no idea where I'm going to go with this. God, this is going to be a horrible voice.
Hellbilly voice, please. Interior, Basingstoke.
I don't even know what hillbilly sounds like.
Hillbilly. Interior, Basingstoke, Indiana day. Cletus and his brother Conroy turn to a stop at a rundown trailer. Their pickup truck whipping up dust onto the Confederate flags emblazoned on the truck's sides. A man in a white shirt and tie walks away from their trailer towards the main road. The two hillbillies pile out.
Got our keg of beers, guns, and ammo. And these here Frankfurters. Looks like it's going to be a good night there, Conroy.
Right you are, Cletus. We'll get ourselves good and drunk, shoot the bark off some trees, and have ourselves a gosh darn first feast worthy of kings.
Sounds like a... Wait, what's this here?
Perfect voices, guys. Just top notch, by the way. Cletus notices a pamphlet dangling from his trailer's letterbox. Conroy continues talking, but Cletus doesn't listen as he rips the leaflet from the letterbox and gives it a read.
Then maybe, when we're drunk enough, our heart out of shells and soften, opening ourselves up for opportunities at true emotion, like in Key West. I know we got cut short when you saw that funny-looking conch shell, but I really feel it'd be good for us to maybe discuss the things that were said.
Gosh, blarn it!
I'm sorry, Cletus. I didn't mean to press. We can maybe just get there naturally.
What in tarnations are you talking about? You're not seeing... I forgot what my voice was. You're not seeing this? That goddamn fool's trying to convert us. God-fearing Christians like ourselves. I won't have it, Conroy. Get into the pickup.
The pair pile back into their pickup and hurriedly drive off. I just quite like. I quite like there's like a secret like underlevel is like. Then maybe when we're drunk enough, our heart out of shells can soften, opening ourselves up for true emotion, like in Key West. I know we got cut short. I don't think that conch shell thing works because it like disrupts the flow. But yeah.
Let's carry on. You're disrupting the flow right now.
Sorry.
Go.
Exterior, Trailer Park Road, day. The white shirt-wearing individual, perpetrator of the prior pamphlet, walks along the main road of the trailer park, canvassing the trailers. Cletus and Conroy pull into view and holler at him from their pickup. They slowly drive beside him as he walks along the road. Cletus is driving and Conroy in the passenger seat, craning towards the window when he talks.
Hey, you slimy tie-wearing good-for-nothing. This here yours?
Cletus holds up the pamphlet to the Mormon. Yes, it is, sir. I do so hope you can join me in the state of eternal joy with God.
Enough of that preaching, you hear me? We're good American Christians. Don't need a hearing about your stupid Mormon God. You keep your papers out of our trailer.
Yeah, you good for nothing Bible basher.
I love it.
Cletus has a sidebar with Conroy.
You're missing the beat here, Conroy.
I'm just going, sorry.
That's fine.
Ain't nothing wrong with bashing Bibles, as long as the Bibles you be bashing are that of our good Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Conroy seems mightily confused.
Well, if that's the case, preach on, brother.
Cletus, goddammit. Is it supposed to say Cletus, goddammit, if Cletus is speaking?
Oh, no, Conroy, sorry. Good
Conroy, goddammit. No, we ain't on his side, you idiot.
But Cletus, don't we believe in Jesus Christ?
Not the same one as this idiot.
There is only one Jesus, Son of God, only begotten Son of the flesh.
Well said. Thanks for the pamphlet, mister.
Are you wrong in the head, Conroy? We're not with this man. We're against him. He force-feeding us this woke version of our good Bible, and we ain't gonna stand for it.
Oh, right. Shove your pamphlet up your ass, you sorry good for nothing.
Attaboy, Conroy. We're finally in sync.
Wow. For someone who didn't know what hillbilly sounded like, you're nailing it, buddy. Carry on, sorry, bud.
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. You shove your stupid little pamphlets in my door again, and I'll shove my foot so far down your ass, you'll be spitting my laces.
Please, there is no need for violence.
You tell me what to do now, boy?
You've gone and done it now.
No, I was just...
You want to get out of this car? Tell me what you want to do again. I'll make you swallow your own tie.
Yeah, you retard.
Cletus!
What?
We do not need to use such slurs in a verbal entanglement such as this. We're better than that. It is beneath us.
Sorry, Cletus.
Honestly, there are more creative ways of insulting people than that. Didn't you hear my laces line from earlier? Take that, for example.
That was a good one, Cletus.
Oh, my God. Thanks, Conroy. See, I didn't have the stoop to the lows of using my slurs and racial epithets to get my point across. I painted a picture. Lead us all down a path that showed us all what I meant to convey. That I was going to kick his ass for spreading his Mormon bullshit, and did so in a manner that was creative and frankly somewhat ingenious.
You're right there, Cletus.
As Conroy and Cletus talk, the Mormon posts another pamphlet through a trailer letterbox.
Hey, what did I just tell you?
I'm sorry, you told me not to post it through yours? I'll skip your house next time.
Like hell you will. You skip this entire park next time. I can't have you spreading your lies around here, you son of a bitch. Come here.
Cletus jumps out of his vehicle. The Mormon falls backwards. Cletus fetches a baseball bat from the back of his truck.
Yeah, kick his ass, Cletus.
As Cletus raises the bat above his head, the ground starts shaking. Suddenly, a fissure opens up beneath Cletus's pickup truck and devours it whole. Along with Cletus and Conroy, they scream as they fall to their deaths, which is heartbreaking because they're so well acted. I really want to keep them now. The Mormon looks aghast at the tear in the earth that just appeared in front of him. He looks down to the black depths inside, then up to the sky. He thanks his Mormon God. Pan up to see the whole fissure. Title, Fissures. Cut 2. Okay, next scene. That's just sort of like an introduction of the fissures happening and the really fucking fun scene that you guys fucking nailed. Absolutely nailed. I fucking love Cletus so much. I loved it. I love both of it. Now, good job, Cletus. It's just the fucking greatest thing. Yeah. There was elements of that was fucking genius. I fucking loved it. Thank you very much for that. This next scene, we get to this is the scene that introduces our main character, Chip Starsdale. He gets a knock on his office door by a young student. So those are the two, and then Mr. Tanner, the principal, comes in. Who wants to be what? I prefer.
I feel like Philly should be Chip. I feel like you need the dialogue heavy.
Philly's the lead character material.
He is. He's just star material through and through. Starsdale, star material.
So,
fated.
Okay.
Luke Williams, do you want young student
I'll do young student.
Okay, yeah, she does feature. She is the second protagonist to a certain degree. I'll be Mr. Tanner. Perfect. All right, great stuff.
So what's Chip like? What's his general vibe?
He is I like to refer to him as protagonist dumbass. He's like considered within the world to be expert geologist, and they call upon him to figure out what's going on with these fissures. But you can see it in and of yourself. Like, I essentially play him overconfident, brash, and like brave, but like an utter idiot.
Cool.
So he's he's like the Jeff Goldblum of Independence Day.
Yeah. And the young student becomes Abigail later. She is an equally dumbass femme fatale, essentially. Right. Interior.
Hang on. Wait. A dumbass femme fatale. How do I picture that? Give me more. What do you mean a femme fatale?
She's from the same town as Cletus, because that's why she tags along. So, female Cletus, please.
Okay. I've got it.
He's got it. He's there. Chip Stardale is the preeminent geologist and fissurologist in the entire USA. He's currently under tenure at the University of Nebraska. He's a handsome professor type, strong jaw, like an off-brand Harrison Ford. He holds a magnifying glass to a small rock when there's a knock at the door.
Mr. Starsdale?
Yes, come in. But please, call me Chip.
A beautiful young student enters his office.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Chip puts down his rock and magnifying glass.
Oh, no, of course not. I was just doing some light geology. My door is always open to students.
But the door was closed.
There's a brief pause.
I mean, in principle.
Principle? You should keep his door open. Should I have gone there?
No, never mind. How can I help you?
Well, Mr. Starsdale, I was hoping to ask you a few questions about the test you got coming up. I know I've been doing the greatest in your class. I've not been doing the greatest in your class, but I was hoping you could.
Let me stop you there, young lady. I know about the rumors going around campus, and I know that with me being the youngest member of the faculty here, this was bound to happen. But let me just tell you, those rumors are unfounded. I didn't date the student until at least a month after she graduated. Yes, she was the dean's daughter, and technically I was her godfather, but you know what? Love is blind. And yes, she was too. But, well, my point is, I don't sleep with my students anymore. It's a rule. And whilst I am on it and truly saddened to have to turn you away, I'm afraid I've far too much integrity these days.
I'm actually...
Oh, to hell with it, am I right? We only live once. Let's throw caution to the wind. You close the door and I'll just clean up these rocks I've got laying about here. And
Chip begins frantically unbuttoning his pants and pushing rocks off his mahogany desk.
Jesus. I'm actually just here to ask if I can take the test early. I got my uncle's funeral to attend this week.
Chip stops what he's doing. His pants inadvertently fall to the floor.
Well, good. Good job. You passed my test.
But I haven't taken...
No, not that test. The integrity test. You're going to pass this course through sheer will and determination and not through sleeping with your superiors. Good job.
Suddenly, Chip's door bursts open and the principal comes barging through. Chip! There's an urgent... Oh my God, what in God's green earth is going on here?
Oh, Mr. Tanner, I was just testing this young student's moral compass, dangling a carrot.
Mr. Tanner and young student look down at Chip's bulge as he mentions the carrot. He quickly covers his junk with his hands.
To ensure she was not enticed by insidious path to an easy A. And I was just saying, young lady, you've done well to resist in this instance. Nothing beats earning your good grades through perseverance and study.
There's a pause. Well said, Mr. Starsdale. It's that kind of out-of-the-box thinking, which is why I'm so proud of having you on my staff. Put your head down, young lady, and you'll do great at this school.
Isn't that the opposite of...
Oh my, I nearly forgot. Chip, I apologize for interrupting your life lessons and all, but there's a very important phone call for you. It's the president.
The president?
He asked for you specifically. Quick, to my office.
I'll be right there.
There really isn't much time to spare.
I'll just need a few minutes.
Chip looks down at his hands covering his junk. Mr. Tanner and the unison furrow their brows. Cut to, we need a president.
Do you want me to do the president?
Yes, please. This is so much easier with two people. I'm just going everyone. You do the one that isn't Phil talking. Interior principal's office day. Mr. Tanner, Chip, and the young student gather around a phone nervously. Mr. Tanner nods to the receptionist outside the office, and a light on the phone blinks red. Chip picks up the receiver and presses the red button.
Chip Starsdale speaking.
Mr. Starsdale, you're a geologist, correct?
Well, technically, I'm a fissurologist, Mr. President.
In English, damn it.
Yeah. I'm a geologist.
My experts tell me you're the man to speak about giant cracks in the ground, Mr. Starsdale.
Yes, sir. The study of natural fissures is the focus of my study.
In English, damn it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm the one to speak to you about cracks, sir.
They tell me you wrote a paper on them. You said that we could expect to see an increased amount in U.S. soil.
Yes, sir. In my thesis, I theorized that the U.S. is at the brink of a fissure appearing all over. We're being steadily crushed by two large ocean masses. It's only a matter of time before...
Give it to me straight, damn it.
Yes, sir. I hypothesized... I guessed we'd start to see a lot of big cracks across the U.S., sir.
Right. Seems like you're the man for the job then, Sonny.
My name's Chip, sir.
I'm afraid to say that your guesses have come true, Mr. Starsdale. A town in the center of the USA has reported an increasing number of fissures on their soil, and they seem to be spreading to neighboring towns.
I study spread of fissures, sir. That is strange. I suspected the fissures might begin in the central US, but for them to spread outward, it seems the projections within my study were far under what we're seeing. There's possibly a secondary force further conflating the, sir?
There's silence on the phone.
Sorry.
No.
Go.
It's far worse than I thought in my paper, sir.
I say, how quickly can you get to a helicopter, son?
Well, sir, I don't actually own a helicopter. I'm with my student loans.
I meant one of mine. I'll arrange for your pickup. Get your affairs in order, Mr. Starsdale. You're flying to Pittsfield, Kansas today.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
And Chip, man to man, make sure you fix whatever's going on down there.
Carry on.
Sorry. Kansas is a key voting state for me, and with the elections coming up, well, just make sure you do the best you can for your country, son.
I will, sir.
Any equipment you need, let me know, and I'll have them ready for you when you land. The helicopter will pick you up in roughly 20 minutes, son. The town's mayor will see you when you land.
I could do with a seismograph, sir, to measure the Richter scale.
Well, I'll see what we can do about getting a hold of this Richter fellow. Chip, you keep safe out there.
You bet your bottom I will, sir. Yes, full on Richard Nixon. I love it.
Right. Well, keep me updated.
Wait. After the bet your bottom, I will, sir. Chip winces, just so that's noted. Chip hangs up the phone. He turns to Mr. Tanner and the young student. What is it, Chip?
It's just as I projected, Mr. Tanner. Fissures are appearing in increasing number in the central U.S., but they're spreading far greater than I anticipated.
Wait, central U.S.? Where?
A place called Pittsfield, Kansas.
Oh, my God.
I know, Kansas. Ugh. Why can't fissures ever appear anywhere glamorous like Idaho?
No, sir, that's where I'm from. That's where the funeral I'll be attending is. My Uncle Conroy's funeral.
Conroy. Well, gosh darn it. Maybe the two are related.
Well, of course we are. I just told you, he's my uncle.
No, I mean his death is somehow related to the fissures.
My mom did tell me Conroy fell into a hole, but I just thought she meant he started drinking again.
Alcoholism is a hell of a thing. Poor guy.
There's a pause.
Wait, a hole? Do you think she meant Fisher?
Well, of course she did, Chip. How is that not apparent?
Well, hole is a dumb way to put it. They're fissures. If anything, that's one that one's on your mom.
Right, well, would it be okay if I come with you, sir? I could maybe help out. I was born and raised in Pittsfield. I know it like the back of my hand.
The young student raises the back of her hand. On it is a crudely written note, buy tampons. She covers it in embarrassment.
Of course, I could use all the help I could get.
Maybe I should come too. I could.
Steady on now. There's only so much room in a helicopter. And we wouldn't want it to be crowded.
Right. Yes, you're right, Chip. I just thought with my 10 years experience in geology and crisis management, maybe I...
Then it's settled. Me and the girl will go to Pittsfield and you'll stay here. Remind me, miss. What was your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Abigail. Abigail Anderson.
Excellent. Quick, let's go. To the campus fields.
Cut to exterior campus fields day. A helicopter loudly lands on the campus grounds. A crowd of students have gathered to see. I want, voices, like the helicopter screams. What do you mean, Mr. President?
Cool. All I'm saying is, in certain cultures, bet your bottom is a perfectly reasonable response to say. It'd be powerful, of course, if you were in, say, the UK or Australia.
I never said it wasn't, Mrs. Sardale.
I'm just saying it shows how cultured I am. It shows grace. I'm world weary. I bet the president appreciates that.
You bet your bottom he does. Abigail chuckles.
Right. We're still shouting, is it?
Let's just do it. It's
right.
So funny.
Well, regardless, let's go. I hope you're not afraid of heights, Miss Anderson.
What? Why?
Because of the helicopter?
Don't seem that high to me.
But eventually you know what? Never mind. Let's go.
Chip and Abigail board the helicopter. Chip and Mr. Tanner nod their goodbyes. Cut to interior helicopter later. Chip and Abigail sit in the back of the helicopter. Abigail screams at the top of her lungs. Just imagine she hadn't even realised that the helicopter would fly. She's just like, ah! Ah! Anyway, carry on.
Really? All the way? How did you not see this coming? You saw the helicopter land? Did you think we'd be idling all the way?
She ignores him and continues screaming. Suddenly, coming to view is Pittsfield, Kansas. The town torn to shreds by gigantic fissures in the ground.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh my God, my town. It's been devastated.
Don't say that, Abigail. We all feel that way about our hometowns.
I meant by the Fissures.
Oh, yeah. They've done some damage, haven't they? Seems half the population have had to abandon their homes in exchange for trailers. And the Fissures seem to have completely consumed the town's amenities and attractions.
Yeah, the Fissures did that, of course.
Seems that's our landing point. Have you had any run-ins with the mayor? Anything I should know?
Mayor Sanderson's been good to these people. He's on the fourth consecutive term. Sure, he has some out there ideas at times, but he's a good soul. Been here at least a year since he shot somebody.
Well, that's good to hear.
He better get it over with soon, though. He's up for re-election.
Cut to exterior Pittsfield landing area day. The helicopter, this is really quickly written now, so this next bit is a bit fucking off the cuff. The helicopter lands on a small space. I'm gonna just before I carry on, I'm gonna change this so he's guiding them through the town, showing the desert, the devastation, so it's not like stagnant. Still, this helicopter lands on a small space in the middle of a wheat field. Chip and Abigail leap from the helicopter. A cliched southern gentleman waves his hands to grab their attention. Chip and Abigail make their way over to him.
Mayor Anderson, I presume.
That's right, sonny boy. And you must be this highfalutin rock scientist the president was on about. That right?
Geologist.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Gist. Giolo is an interesting name. Canadian?
No, the name's Chip. Chip Starsdale. I'm a geologist.
Right. Well, you better keep that kind of thing under your belt around here, sonny. And who might this beautiful young specimen be? The mayor ogles Abigail.
Abigail Anderson, Mr. Mayor.
Anderson, as in Maria Anderson?
That's my mom.
Well, I'll be. Been a few seasons since we saw you round these parts, sweetheart. I remember when you were just a little tack, flashing your nether regions to the boys in exchange for candy.
Yeah, well, less said about that, the better.
They used to call her Butterfinger because she used to...
All right, Mr. Anderson. I don't think Mr. Starsdale needs to hear about that.
Suppose he wouldn't be too interested being a geologist and all. Mayor Anderson makes a highly offensive limp-wristed gesture at the mention of geologist.
Regardless, Mr. Mayor, I heard you have a fissure problem.
That we do, sonny, and we'll get to that. But firstly, let me introduce you to Pittsfield, Kansas, crown jewel of the Sunflower State, birthplace of the Frankfurter. The mayor gestures backwards to a decrepit, aging town.
Golly, have I missed this place?
Wait, birthplace of the Frankfurter?
That's right. They were invented just round the corner at a place called Pete's Wieners. I'll take you for a tour of the place later. Well, what remains of it, at least. The original building was burned down by the Klan when they decided to become unsegregated.
Wait, hold on a minute.
They did? Oh, that's such a shame.
Birthplace of the Frankfurter.
They did. I forgot you wouldn't have known, dear, because you were off at university. I'm sorry.
But weren't they invented in, Frankfurt?
So those commies would have you believe. Sorry, just to stop there. That joke doesn't land, but I want the entire concept. Like I forgot because you were in university. University only lasts 3 years, so that whole burning down clan unsegregated thing happened in the last 3 years. But I think it's like too much of a stretch for someone to assume that. So I want to change that line so it's a bit more like, yeah, it happened like a year ago. So like it's like we tell you. So anyway, ignore that. That's just a note for me. So those commies would have you believe.
Frankfurt's in Germany.
Potato.
How bad are the Fissures, sir? We saw a fair few from the sky.
They've decimated this town, Abigail, and they're spreading fast. We've not heard nothing from Joville in 2 days. Rumors are the entire village has been swallowed up. Birthplace of rice, gone just like that. And that's it. That's all I got. That's it.
That,
it's really good.
I was fun. It's a fun read, isn't it? It is a fun read. I really enjoyed writing it. The entire concept, like later on, I will continue writing it, and we'll read it again, maybe with the rest of the lads. But like the idea is that. So here's like the idea I had, right, and I'll see which one you guys prefer. So I'm gonna have a Fissure attack shortly after there, but the Fissure like turns to try and get them. So like. They're like, oh my god, the Fissures are alive or whatever.
Sentient Fissure.
Sentient Fissures, and then like maybe at the end, like the intro is like a massive foreshadowing that like it's like the Mormons were right and the Mormon God is attacking anyone that isn't Mormon or like has taken the Mormon God to like things. So like it's like a Mormon retribution. That's my one idea. Or alternatively, I just make it like Fissures. Like living Fissures somehow. I don't know. Just like ignore, like completely just don't explain it. And it's living Fissures, and like have like Chip shoot at the ground with a shotgun to try and keep.
I kind of like the idea you could do both. You could almost make it so that because you got that preacher from the start, he could be like preaching on the basis that he was right all along, and then he just gets killed anyway.
Yeah. Like so, it's like Mormon God
give him a glorious death.
Yeah. Give him a glorious death. Because I wanted to kill the mayor there. Because I wanted to kill the mayor there and have it like subtle hints that the Fissures kill people that are like bad. So like Cletus and Conroy, obviously like bad individuals. They were like fucking got a baseball bat, that poor Mormon guy. The mayor.
They're just misinformed, Iolo.
Just misinformed, yeah. But like the Fissures don't care. The Fissures want blood. Are out for blood. But I think it's quite a funny one. There's some jokes. I'm glad we read it because there's some jokes.
Really enjoyed that. There's some good gags in there. Yeah. No, there's some good gags in there, man.
Yeah, but like there's some of that I want to
I love the scene where he just starts whipping his cock out because he's okay. Fair enough.
Come on, then. Yeah, let's go. I quite like Chip Starsdale as a character. He's quite funny.
Yeah, it's
like I think you really need to like press on like the bet your bottom thing. Like it's like I imagine him on the phone going like, "You bet your bottom, sir," and he's like shit, I shouldn't have said that. And then later on, he's just like, well, it just shows how cultured I am saying bet your bottom anyways. And I like Abigail.
Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Chip Starsdale.
Yeah.
Starsdale. It reminds me of like a watered down Zach Brannigan.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, it's quite like
that kind of like self-importance.
Yeah, that's it, 100%. And the other gag that I really like at one point was really fleshed out and good. Phil's become like camera menus, but the one that was really fleshed out that I really enjoyed was my idea for. I wanted the president to pretty much just only say "in English, damn it" over and over and over, so that like Chip Starsdale essentially has to like dumb it down mega. Like he like that's the gag that fell short was like he goes, "I theorized," and then like the president goes "in it," and he just literally before like cuts him off going, "I thought," like like the president always says in English, damn it.
It didn't fall flat. It was there, but
no,
I mean, we're reading it, aren't we? So we can't immediately always react to it.
Yeah,
it was good. It was good dialogue.
Yeah, it's quite hard to blind as well, isn't it? Like, because you don't get any sort of like plan for like, oh, this is the
Yeah,
idea.
you can't sort of find the tone necessarily in delivery first time around.
Yeah,
But
you guys nailed it. You guys nailed it for the first read.
Peters and Conroy was so much fun.
Yeah, oh, they were fun. And I really like the gag. I know pits feel like the back of my hand. And she raises her hand and it says buy tampons. I just love that gag, even though it's like super like shitty gag. I kind of like it. It just fucking makes me laugh. And I quite like Abigail as a character. She kind of like ditzy. Like they're both like dumb, but like, you know, she's a bit ditzier and he's a bit like, you know, like just the whole like, my God, it's been devastated. People are forced to live in trailers and they've lost all their attractions and amenities. Like, yeah, the Fissures did that.
Yeah,
I like it. There's some good gags in there. It's well like where would you take it after then? Where would you guys take it? And the idea I had just before you do is so my idea was that the mayor's scene would then go to like driving around, but then I was like, I had such I enjoyed the concept of the gag that like Joe's wieners got burnt down because it was unsegregated and that only happened a year ago, that I could like milk that for more gags. So I was going to like have them quickly lead Chip and Abigail into a car and then have or like walk around the town and like show what the Fissures is devastated, so that we can milk a bit more of the mayor dialogue and have him things. I think the one thing that sort of fell flat is I wasn't sure of the joke. Like he thought the guy's name was geologist, and then he sort of thought geologist was some slang for homosexual.
Yeah, like
the direction that I would take it is that he needs, so they're there and they're talking, and then they find out that a lot of the townsfolk have caught wind of that it's Fisher, and they've misconstrued the meaning of Fisher to think it's like a fish. It's like, we're gonna catch us some Fissures, and they're like literally trying to catch
around with the Fisher
with a net, like putting nets on the ground and waiting for it to come. And Chip Scarsdale has to try and rescue.
Yeah. So the question for me is like, what are you doing with Chip? Is he actually going to have any sort of competence or knowledge of what's going on, or is he just going to be wrong every turn?
You're playing on this idea that geologist is like the shittest scientist, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Although earlier on he described himself as a fissurologist, didn't he? And then he's like,
which I quite like that fissurologist, because it's not a real thing. I just like that he's a fissurologist. But I want him to be in it through it all. And I kind of want him like my plan was that the scene directly afterwards was to milk the scene for the mayor a bit more, and the scene directly afterwards is that a Fissure appears and like the Fissure like goes towards them and they turn down an alleyway away from it. Like Chip's like, quick into the alleyway, and they go into the alleyway and the Fissure like turns towards them and he's like, I've never seen a Fissure turn in my life before, and then like he wants to study it, and like there's all sorts of fucking like cliche idea I had, right, was I was thinking of instead of making it a twosome with both of them, I was wanting there to be a complete like guy stood there when they arrive in the helicopter that doesn't say much, and he goes, so who are you? And it's a guy called Richter Scale that the president has managed to find and give it to him.
He's found him.
And like he's like, the president asked me to be here. Who are you? I'm Richter Scale. And like so, like, and he's like kind of useless, but maybe like he can like prove himself to be a bit more proficient, like to be a bit proficient as well, and like would kill off people. Or like there has to be a scene where Abigail almost falls into a fish and he grabs them. So that's what I was planning to do, is that the mayor dies. The mayor might like cling onto her foot, and like he clings onto Abigail, and then it's like Abigail like, Mayor, you have to let go, otherwise you're both gonna go in, and the mayor won't let go, and like it kind of like highlights the mayor's character and why he deserves to die in the eyes of the audience.
I think Richter Scales should be someone of capability. I feel like it should be like some kind of security guard or someone who gets involved in stuff, but the president's just made him forcibly changed his name. I couldn't find a man called Richter Scales, so I made one.
I kind of wanted Richter Scale, like the ridiculousness of his name, he could like play the straight man, you know, like Chip Starsdale might be like, we've got to set up a trap to trap these Fissures, and like the Richter Scale could be the guy that's like trapping a Fissure. So you're trying to trap a hole. Isn't a hole inherently a trap in and of itself? And like you're like being the sort of like the straight man that's the only smart one that no one like pays any heed to. Like, shut up, Richter, I'm a fissurologist, damn it. Or like,
you need to work in that. You need to go. I'm a fissure expert, a fish spurt.
Yeah, a fisherman. I do have to use fisherman somehow.
Fisherman.
I love that. I love it. Yeah, I enjoyed writing it. There's so much joy in it. There's so much fun in writing like those gags. Like writing, like you couldn't get away with like in any sort of anything else. Like having Chip Sardale like be completely willing to sleep with a student with like his first scene, but like you kind of could get away with it in that kind of sort of like show. Good times, man. Good times. Oh, they're just hacking into
Good.
I enjoyed that. So much fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can all see that on stream as well. We'll call it now. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time on Writey Tonightey.
So yeah, I enjoyed that. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. That is so new.